Hello. 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 Good evening. Hello. Hi, Suzanne. It's been a while.
I know it's been a while. We've been traveling. We've been to Denver. We've been to upstate New York. Now we're going to Lancaster.
Okay. Did you guys take the puppy?
The puppy will be 6 months old.
Okay. Did you guys take the puppy with you on the trip?
Yes, she came out New York and she's coming to her second trip in Lancaster.
Awesome. Boy, world traveling puppy.
Yes. She got bigger, if you want to see. She's almost like, she went to the doctor. She was 18 pounds. Ooh. And now she's about almost in her 20s. She's almost in her 20s.
Okay.
She just wants the puppy. There she is. She got bigger.
Okay. Living the good life.
Yeah, playing with the cat toys too. She's just still a handful, but we love her.
Mm-hmm. Hi, welcome everyone. We usually give it till about 5 after everyone to jump in. And as we do that, you can go ahead and get your paints ready. I have blue, white, brown, red, yellow, green,
Did you use orange, but not in the painting? Nope. I saw a little bit of orange.
Nope, I use red and yellow.
Okay.
So I painted yellow first and red on top, so it might look kind of orange.
Okay.
Maybe you just finished dinner, everything's all.
Okay, we have well, my list says we're going to have a big group, but you guys know that doesn't always mean anything. Hi, Diane.
Did you do a dark brown or the light brown?
It's a dark brown.
Okay.
Say the color. Hi, Anita.
Did you already say the colors?
We're gonna do blue, white, yellow, red, green, brown. I said white, right? And there's a little bit of black in there as well. Okay, just a couple more minutes.
Did you use like a neon blue or like a pearl blue?
It's just a regular true blue. Is what I think is what it's called. Or yeah, just a blue. And I mean, I have a lot of white in it, so it's not like a darker blue.
You must always look nice at work. Always have color nice jewelry coordination.
Well, I was I had like an interview for an entrepreneur program. So I was trying to be conservative, and this was my conservative jewelry.
Looks very nice. You look very professional.
Thank you. Now it's not my outfit, but that was my jewelry. Okay, guys, welcome. I'm Ronita. I'm a Purposeful Point, and I teach paint parties. I'm based out of Louisville, Kentucky, and this is our welcome to our Thursday night paint series. We're not so much every Thursday night anymore. We did start out every Thursday night. We started out in the pandemic. And so welcome. I want to say it's okay if you come off mute, but if you do come off mute, make sure the background noise, it's a killer, guys. If you guys have a bunch of background noise, and depending on what it is, as far as for us when we hear it. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I don't mind you coming off, but just be aware of that. So we've already went over the colors. Blue, white. I have brown, red, yellow, and I know, like she said, it looks orange, but actually I put a layer of yellow and then put the red on top. So that's why it might look like that. And then I have green. And I do have, it looks like I have a darker green, but all I did maybe is I put the green on there and then add a little white to make it lighter, and then put some white highlights on there. And I also have black there. Okay, so I'm gonna start off. I don't have my brushes. Hold on. Okay, I thought I was ready, but I'm going to start off. I like to grab the largest brush that I have. Yours may be different, but a large, and I love my flat brushes. So you see me use a lot of the flat brush a lot, but I want to cover as much area as I can with these, my largest brush and my flat brush. So I like to paint my background first, and that's what I'm going to start with. I like to initially wet my brush, because when for me, the brush wet, it helps to move the paint across the canvas a little better. And I also want to say, you're welcome to use whatever you like as far as what you're painting on. I'm painting on 11 by 14 canvas board. You're welcome to, we have folks that paint on paper and pads, or just whatever size and all that good stuff. So that's my example. And I'm going to start with my blue. And I wet my brush, and then I take my paper towel and I dab it. I don't dry it off. I just touch it on both sides just to get rid of, I don't want any excess water. And I've heard someone phrase it as, you don't want your painting to cry. So I don't want that water to run down my painting. So I'm just gonna start. I'm starting over. I might be opposite of what you guys, so we'll see. But I'm starting over on this side. I'm gonna, as you can see, it kind of starts blue and it lightens up over here, and I put a little bit of a lighter color there, and a brownish color there in that corner. But I'm gonna start with my blue. And you guys, I am just, this is basically a template. You guys do what works best for you. If you want to change up a color, or like we're painting these apples, I have 5 apples. If you want to put 2 apples, if you want to put 6 or 7 apples, that's entirely up to you. I am painting on the easel, but when I do these paintings, I do paint flat. I prefer actually to paint in my lap, but these I did not paint in my lap. I painted it just laying flat on my desk. So you again, do what works for you. I'm on the easel because so that you guys can see me. So you do what's best for you. And I have some blue on here. I'm going to go ahead and dip my brush in my white and start adding my white. I'm going to add the white right next to the blue. And you don't have to wash the brush out or anything because we're going to be, I'm going to come over here and go add white to my blue. Sometimes my brush is not wet enough and the paint is not spreading the way I like it. You can kind of see where it's not covering my canvas. So I just dip my brush in water and it helps to move the paint across the canvas. Now, keep in mind, we are painting it abstract art, so it does not have to be exact. Don't worry about it looking exactly like. There's Jacqueline.
Is the white going all the way the rest of the way?
I'm just grabbing me some more paint. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Oh, there's Mary Jennings. She's trying to get in.
They must have a new system of security or something. It takes longer to get through.
Yeah, that's probably why Mary Jennings is calling me now and trying to get in, but I'm not. Let me see if I can grab the link for her. Jacqueline, we started, you can see with glue over here and I gradually, it works into my white. So blue and white for the background right now.
Gotcha.
I don't think you spotlighted yourself, Ronita.
Oh, okay. You're right. It's on my list and I'm skipped right over it. That better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to bring that white all the way over and it has just, you know, little bit of blue in it because I want to make sure that background is nice and blue. And normally, guys, I do live stream to Facebook so that you can go back and watch, but oh crap. I decided to try to live stream to YouTube. So you guys can go back and watch if you missed anything. Trying something new. That's what happened last week. I was trying to live stream it to YouTube, and I changed the link and nobody could join. Well, some of us were able to join. There's Mary Jennings now.
There we go.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, thank you.
No problem. So Mary, I'm my background is blue and white, and I just added the blue, and then added white right beside it, and kind of gradually brought it over. Okay.
Okay.
I did, guys, at the end, if you guys see my example, and this is optional as well, I threw in a little bit of a lighter color there. That can be yellow. I'm using a raw sienna. If you don't have the raw sienna, just grab a yellow. And it's just, it's going to be just a faint. And so you're like, well, why did you put that color on there? But it does. For me, it brings balance to my apples, you know, that color in there. It helps balance it for me. That's why I put it in there. So again, I just put a little bit in there, and then I'm coming back on top with the white to thin it out, so it lighten it up. So you can just see that it's like a faint, just a faint, it's a little bit of color there. That was a good one. Okay, guys, we're ready for the next step. So you can stop swiping now. I know that swiping is therapeutic. It feels good to keep swiping, but so now our background doesn't have to be completely dry unless you guys put a lot of paint on your canvas, because now what I want to do is I want to add the apples, but I use a white base. So I'm going to use white paint to paint my apples first, and so that it'll have that a lighter base and it doesn't have a darker, the blue base. So, and that's what I said, since we're using white and our blue is kind of light, it has the white in it, we should be okay to paint on top. Unless, like I said, you guys have a lot of paint on your canvas, then it may mix with the white, but we're trying to get a lighter base. And if it does mix, hopefully it's not a lot of blue. So let's see. Trying to gauge and see where we are. Oh, everybody is off camera, so I can't see that. Okay. Okay, so I'm using I'm going back to my flat brush. Again, you guys use what works best for you. I rinsed I rinsed my brush. I did get the blue out of it, the other colors. So now I want to anchor where I want that. And let me see. Now, I did put it dead center, so I'm a little off center here. I know if Beth was here, she was like at one point, I say about a third of the way down from the top, and maybe a third of the way from the side. So down about a third, and then over this way a third. I'm going to make my first circle, which will be my first apple. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's my first circle, my first apple. Since I'm going to make that bunch that you guys see. A bunch of apples, where they're bunched together. Decide how big you want those. However big you want it, that's how big you make that first circle. Because this is like I said, it's the base. Okay. And then I'm gonna make two more. A little cluster of apples.
Can you hear me? I watch TV on it.
Mhm.
What about Knox? You
Okay.
okay?
You can take camera away from me.
Well, okay. You have. Click on it.
Oh, you want this?
And that's my three bunches, my bunch of three. And you guys can see I have one up here. And then I have one lower. And again, you can decide how many that you want. Where did I put that? Put this one really close to the top. And then I have one low. All right, now that we have our apples in place, I'm going to switch to brown and I'm going to give it our branches. I'm going to add the branches. You guys, I'm looking at my phone because I recorded myself painting. I have to remember my steps. Okay. So I'm going to take my brown paint. I'm grabbing a smaller brush. Now this is a time you can grab, if you want to grab a pointer brush. Of course, like I said, I like my flat brushes. I'm going to use flat and just turn it vertical, but you can grab the smaller brush and we're going to go with our brown. We're going to grab some brown and paint our branches. I'm going to start like this is where the branch is starting up here. And I'm going to bring that down to those apples. And I don't bring it straight down like I just did, guys. And then I want to bring that over to that apple.
Can we see the top of the painting? Okay.
It doesn't have to be a thick branch or anything, guys. And I'm also going to have one like it's coming from underneath here so that we can grab that that apple that's down low. Okay. Wherever you have apples, just make sure you have a branch that reaches that apple so it's not like suspended in air, which we are painting abstract. So if you want your apple suspended in air, I'm okay with that. Green, next is green, guys. All right, we're going to add some leaves. Sit this where I can see it and copy what I did. Sit this down so you guys can see the top here. And guys, the way I'm making my leaves, I'm going to show you. Hopefully I can, I'll show you right here where I'm using my flat brush and I'm keeping it like vertical. And then as I start vertical, and as I go towards the bottom of the leaf, I kind of turn it horizontally. It kind of gives me a flat surface. And then I switch back to vertical again, gives me a sharper point. You guys see how I did that? I'll do another one. I have my brush kind of horizontal. And then as I paint down, I turn it. I had it vertical, I turn it horizontally. I'm a southpaw, so I can't really see how you guys can see. And then I turn it vertical again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And there's no limit on your leaves if you want to do more. Okay. I think we're using all the colors tonight except for purple. We're not using orange, but we'll make orange.
These are the best leaves I've ever made. That's a good trick. And we're going to add a little bit of white. We still have the green in our brushes. So, and we're going to grab some white and hopefully, you know, it's just going to make a lighter green. Now we're going to go down just one side of the leaf. We're getting ready to give the leaf some dimension. So we're not going to add the white to the whole leaf. We're just going to add it to, let's say, the top part of the leaf. So the bottom is still kind of darker. You guys see my white on there? So what that does is, and it's okay if it mixes, it gets, because I really want a lighter green. So it's okay if your green turns a little bit lighter. because that's kind of what I want. So I'm adding white to the top part of the leaves, or you can add the bottom, whichever works best for you. But we are giving it dimension. Okay, so now we're ready to go to our next color, which is going to be yellow. And we're going to paint the apples yellow. I'm not going to cover the apple completely in yellow, but we're going to paint, I don't know which apples have some yellow in them, but they're red, maybe golden delicious apple, maybe.
Is it the Macintosh apples?
Macintosh, it sounds like a Macintosh, you're right. But actually you can make it whichever, whatever kind of apple you want it, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint kind of yellow towards the bottom of the apple. I'm not gonna paint the whole apple yellow. And then I don't try to like center it like exactly in the middle, guys, because again, if we're imitating nature, nature is not exact. So it does not have to be dead center in the middle of the bottom part of the apple. And it doesn't matter how far you come up farther or whatever, because again, most of it's going to be covered. But I just wanted to, just change it. We'll leave, like here, I almost covered the whole apple, but we'll just almost cover the apple, but we can leave a little yellow peeking out of the bottom. Okay, so it's just a little bit of yellow. So we're gonna grab our red. We're ready for red, guys. Make sure you have red on your palette. And for the apples, we're gonna start at the top and bring that red down into the yellow. And I say that because like at the top, of course, your brush is full of, I didn't rinse my brush. I still have the yellow in it now. But at the top, your brush is full of the red paint. But as you get closer down to the yellow, you don't have as much paint. So you're not gonna like completely cover. Well, actually we are, but just a little bit thinner paint. And we're still gonna bring it down because I don't want it to look like a big difference between like a big splotch of red. Then we start with yellow. So you can see that I did cover the yellow, but if you look closer, you can still see that yellow under the red. I'm getting close. Can you guys see that? Now it'll be a little bit different with these. I have the one in the center covering the other one, so it'll be a little bit different. Hi, Eva.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
Let me mute there we go. Got my television muted now. It's looking good. Sorry I'm late.
Were you planning on painting with us?
I was originally, but considering I'm late, I'm just gonna sit and watch and then I'll catch the rerun later.
Okay, so that's what I was telling. That's how I messed up last week. I was trying to stream it to YouTube, and I am streaming to YouTube. So yay! So like for those that do not have Facebook, you don't have to go to my Facebook to see it. It'll be on YouTube instead.
Either way, it's good for me. I'll find you.
Okay.
Are you doing one next week?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Yeah, that's Thanksgiving Day, I believe. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
see, being in Canada, I have to keep remembering that your
Oh.
Thanksgiving is
You
now.
guys have already had your Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Well, actually, because next weekend I'm actually going to be traveling probably Saturday, going down general direction and
Mhm.
others.
Okay.
Because I'm supposed to be going to Virginia Beach, South Carolina, Hilton Head area, and then Kissimmee. So,
Wow. Welcome to the US.
well, it's about time I got to go back because, we've been not allowed to travel for 2.5 years.
Mhm.
Canada was extremely retarded in that respect.
They were just being careful, totally understandable.
Yeah, but I mean, they were letting other people in, and it was just like you couldn't leave, but oh yeah, we got flights coming in from all over the place. So it never really made a lot of sense. But yeah, we'll be careful, and we're taking our dogs, so I have to find all the pet-friendly hotels now.
Right. There's plenty.
There's so much more than there used to be.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just looking forward to, just kind of getting out and kind of enjoying our summer. But I'm looking at the weather forecast going, okay, well, it's this weekend. If Buffalo gets their 2 foot or 3 foot of snow, that's fine because they'll have shoveled out by the time another week goes by.
Yeah, they're used to snow. They can.
Exactly. We're used to it kind of too. But I figure I'm going to leave on Saturday because I don't want to catch US traffic coming back from Canada to the US on Sunday next weekend. So
okay. Suzanne is in New York. What part of New York are you in? I don't know if it's Buffalo. I didn't remember if she said Buffalo or not. Okay.
I'm in Buffalo, Anita, and she's right about Canada, though.
Okay. All right, Anita, I didn't know you were in, you probably said it, I just didn't remember. So I'm doing this to all of my apples where I start at the top and bring it down towards the bottom. And I am covering, I'm leaving, you can see some yellow peeking out.
They look yummy. I want to eat one.
Let's try that again. I'm sorry, Suzanne, where are you from?
Well, that was Anita who's talking. But
Long,
Suzanne-
it's in the chat room.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, New York. And my cousin was up there the other week, but he lives about an hour, I think he said, south of Kissimmee. And so this will be the first time I've ever met him. So that'll be kind of cool when we go down.
Mm-hmm. Suzanne, what part of New York did you say? I'm looking.
New York, New York.
Oh, okay. Where's the darn chat? There it is, I think.
Yeah, it's in the chat room.
Long
Juanita.
Island, New York. Okay, I see it. Okay.
I have a cousin in Virginia as well, so we'll probably, with any luck, stop, get a visit with him before we go to Virginia Beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been to Virginia Beach a few times, so it's nice when it's quiet in November. I don't mind it.
Yeah,
Then Hilton Head, someplace I haven't been. And my husband's looking forward to Kissimmee because there's airplane museums. Oh, and Virginia Beach, apparently they just got in the airport museum there, they've just got a new plane. So it's like, oh, great. Now I have to go back. And when we come back, we're coming back via Ohio so he can go to the airplane museum in Dayton.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Plus
You
by
guys
that
gone
time,
a week.
I think we're doing 4 days Virginia, 4 days South Carolina, a week in Kissimmee, and then driving back. So we should be home before Christmas, depending on the weather. But we're going to come back via Ohio because it's flatter and less
Right.
driving through the mountains.
Sweet.
Yeah. We're hoping that our friends from Wisconsin will be able to meet us down in Florida, and then we'll meet up with our Florida friends as well. So, but he's getting neck surgery this week, so we'll have to see.
Does that mean you're going to do most of the driving?
It's not too bad. Well, depending on how many stops we need, we'll probably do Virginia in 2 days, maybe 3, because we also have friends just outside of New York, Buffalo, depending on the weather. We might stop and see them for a couple hours, so we may just cross the border, visit with them, crash for the night, and then head down. And then from Virginia to South Carolina, I think it's 1 day. And South Carolina to Kissimmee is about a day. And hopefully there won't be any more hurricanes.
Fingers crossed. Okay, guys, like I'm gonna put some shadow on these apples that are underneath the top one. Now I'm gonna use brown so they won't be so so it won't overtake, because you know black, it'll overtake it. So I'm gonna dip my brush in the brown, but I'm gonna wipe it off on my palette. So get rid of any X. I don't want to start with too much. I want to start light. And if I need more, then I'll go heavier. But I want to start light. So I wiped off some of the paint. It's on my palette. Of course, there's still some in my brush. And so again, this is going to be a shadow I still have red in my brush. I didn't rinse my red out. So I'm going to go underneath and bring that in so I can have a shadow. And then, like, you know, black tends to overtake. So this is the brown. We already have it on our palette, so I won't waste. So, and then just use that for my shadow. Yeah, you can see that there's a shadow. If I want it darker, I can dip my brush a little bit. I'm just dipping the very tip in the brown paint. I dip it again. I'm going to wipe it off again on my palette and then go for it. So there, you can see that shadow. I'm going to do that again and get this apple on the other side. Okay. I'm also going to put a little bit on the other apples because when we do this, we are adding dimension to our apples. So I'm going to put a little bit on this one as well. This one is kind of more so on the top. Now, when I put this brown, I'm not going to put it where I had the yellow. We don't want to cover up the yellow. It's not. I'm going to put it over here just on the side. Guys, can you see where you bring it down? You guys see where I put some here? And again, you can see that it's not a lot of brown. It's not heavy. I dip it in my brown, just a tip, wipe it off on the canvas, and then go for it. Okay. A little bit. And I'm going to do the other ones like that as well. I'm going down to the bottom, dip the tip in the brown, wipe it off on my canvas, on my palette. And then where did I put that? I put it on this side, more at the top, because if there was a shadow, it would be coming from the apples above. So I'm going to put some shadows on the more towards the top of the apple. Again, you can see I don't have a lot of it's shadowing, shading very nicely, but I don't have a lot of paint in my brush. Okay, so I still have this brown in my brush. I'm going to go to white and we're going to put some highlights on our tree. Again, Doesn't have to be a lot of white. It doesn't have to be heavy and a stark difference between the dark. So I did wipe off a little bit. And get in a little bit closer. And I'm gonna go also, what did I do? Kind of the top. You guys see that white line up there? And if it's too white, go back over it with the brown. But as you put that white on there, and just a light coat, you can see that it gives the branch dimension. You can see it's not flat anymore. It's magic, right? You know, we do magic in this class on Thursdays. It's all about the magic. Do the same thing to the other branches. Think it's too much white. I'm going to dip in brown and kind of dull it a little bit. So now it's like a light brown, but it still gives it some dimension. I love it.
Oh, that's not nice. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that.
Who is that, Robin?
I can't tell who that is. All right, so I'm going to also do these the other branches as well. And I went through with all the brown branches and I put, except for this one, I missed this one. This one's a little bit lighter.
Renita,
Yes.
I wanted to see if I could, I'm trying to work out where I could come to your paint party. Is it Saturday or Sunday in
Is
Louisville?
this Saturday? The sleds, aren't they gorgeous?
Yeah, I thought it might be fun for me to bring my granddaughter
Okay.
and I'll see. And, so I'll email you. I mean, I'll sign up.
Okay.
Looks wonderful.
Mhm.
And so that's at Mill 502.
It's a restaurant on Barstown Road. There's a Moby Dick. It's in a plaza and the Moby Dick sits out in front of the restaurant.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, guys, the next black. You just need a little bit of black. You don't really see anything black on here except for, can you see that black on the apples there?
Oh, like a stem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that I did that, and you can use the a pointer brush if you like, but the way that I did that is I used the butt of my brush. You guys know I love using the butt of the brush. Dip that in the black paint. And the reason you can see on my example, it gives it the right texture, like it's the bottom of the apple. So I'm gonna decide where the bottom of my apple is, which is like center it in the yellow, the portion that you have in yellow. That's gonna be the bottom of our apple. So you want to center it there. So I have this apple kind of turned. So I'm going to do that. And they're going to touch if it's going to look the way it's supposed to be. I dot, 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 and the dots are touching. Again, you guys can use the paintbrush to do what I'm doing, but again, I just like the texture that it gives. And I'm centering it or kind of putting it in the yellow area.
Mine look good before the shadows and the stem.
Well, you can always take the red paint and paint on top of your shadows.
I don't know.
That Diane thinking she hasn't done it right when she's usually perfect anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, nice. Son. That's the idea. Leave you for 1 minute, you pull that stuff, knock it off. But well, it's that again. Oh.
Renita, when is the next time you'll have a Thursday night painting?
I
No.
believe Thursday, the first Thursday of December. It's already it's already in Eventbrite. I'm pulling it up.
Well, I got so mad at Eventbrite because it messed me up, but I'll go back to them, but then I'll look at your invitation.
Yeah, I always send out the link. I was late today. I didn't send it out till this morning, but I sent it out. And I have December 1st is we're painting those berries that I messed up that link. So we're painting the berries again.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, guys. So now I want to throw in, we're kind of putting the finishing touches on it. Gonna put some accents on the apples. And yeah, on the apples. I'm gonna go in close. You guys can see where I put a little bit of white in there just to
Wow.
give it some dimension. I'm gonna use my white paint to do that. I'm using a bigger brush, which I probably shouldn't be.
Can you put your painting up close just so I can see those white marks, please?
Yeah, and keep in mind when I put them, I'm gonna put them kind of like this one up here. I've had the shadow on the top. I'm gonna put the white mark closer here, but on the opposite of the shadow. I'm gonna put a little bit around the, you guys see, I put a little bit around where that black is.
Show me what you first did, what you just did. I was following that. Now I got mixed up.
With adding the white,
Yeah. Is that what you just did or that was
yeah,
the
I
one
just added
before?
the white, put some little white accents on my apples. Just a little bit. Gives it a little dimension.
And where the seed is. I mean, the
Mhm.
opposite.
Put a little
Yeah.
bit of white around it. Not on all of them, just like where I probably put them on all of them. I did put them on, yeah. Anything left-handed.
I figured, Renita, if you need something good for Christmas and the kids don't know what to get you, tell them to go there.
All right, I sure will.
To go do what?
It's a
Go to the
site for
left hand.
left-handed.
I put it in the chat. There's a place in the UK called Anything Left-Handed. And
I'm
it's got all the
left-handed.
stuff. Left-handed scissors, tape measures, you name it. And right now with, I think your UK and the US or the UK pound and the US dollar aren't that much different. When you look at the price and you take the 20% off, even when they charge you shipping, you probably balance out.
Mm-hmm.
But I love their knives because I stopped slicing my bread on an angle because having a left-handed